Hey, yo, what up, fans of the fucking sport, what up? It's Lamech with Selah Sports TV back at it again. Chill. Big game for the Ravens. Big game, right? Huge game. We got first place on the line. If the Ravens can go ahead and get this last game from the Dolphins, then they will lock up first place. Which means that everybody will have to come to the AFC. Everybody in the AFC will have to come through Baltimore in the playoffs. Still doesn't guarantee a Super Bowl, but it definitely increases your chances. You know, when you can play all your games at home. It's a good thing, right? If your team can keep focused, if you got one of those teams. I never really considered the Ravens one of those teams that needs home field, right? It'd be great to have it. I would love to see it. You know, I want to see it. You know, it'd be great to see us get, you know, some big playoff games for the city. You know, that'd be great. So, I'm all for that. I just don't think the Ravens are put together where they're one of those teams that needs home. We're not the Cowboys, right? We're not the Cowboys, right? They can't win a game on the road. You know, this ain't that. Like we take this show on the road wherever the game is, we take it there. So that's all good. Big game against the Miami Dolphins. Their team is kind of put together similar to the 49ers, not the exact same, right? I think the 49ers defense is better than Miami's defense. I think Miami has a more explosive offense than the 49ers, even though the 49ers offense is pretty explosive too until last week, right? 49ers, they didn't have a problem scoring on anybody else other than the Ravens, right? So we'll see. The knock on the Miami Dolphins is that they don't beat any good teams. Well, they just beat the Dallas Cowboys next week, so hopefully the Ravens aren't feeding into that. I'm just one of those people that it's always better to play up your opponent than to play yourself by playing down your opponent. Saying, oh, nah, they don't beat nobody good, and then they go in there and whip your ass, right? So, I just think it's always better to go in expecting to get the best out of your opponent, right? He's going to play his best game against you. He's going to have his best fight against you. Like, assume that. Assume it. Right? Prepare for that. That way, anything else, it should be an easy victory, right? So I don't think the Dolphins defense is anywhere near as good as the 49ers defense. It's solid. They have a solid defense, but I believe the Ravens can put some points on the board. But more importantly, I think the Ravens are going to have to put some points on the board, right? We can't depend on the defense just shutting everybody down. You know, this team, they've been scoring points all year. I think it'd be good. I think if we score 30 plus, I think we should be okay. But you want to score 30 plus in this game. You know, the Dolphins, they do have some key injuries. Just like every team this time of year. This is the injury time of season, right? So the Dolphins, they do have star wide receiver Waddle is out, I believe. I believe he's out. So they're just down to Tyreek Hill and those other weapons. They have Mostert also, who's having a great season. Running back Mostert, having a great season. So Dolphins, they do a little bit of everything. They run the ball, right? And they of course they pass. They do a lot of passing. But the way they run the ball is not really like it's like a trickery type of running, right? It's not physical or anything like that. Now, this doesn't take away from it because in the day, they still go up as rush yards. They're still running the ball. It doesn't matter if it's not right at you or it's sideways, it's this way, cat a corner. It doesn't really matter. However they run the ball, the Ravens need to stop that shit. Right? So, yeah, that's my take on the Dolphins running game. Like, it doesn't really matter if it's a physical game or not. But it's a reason why their running game is ranked pretty high up there, right? I think first or second, if I'm not mistaken. First or second in the league in rushing. So, yeah, definitely got to take it seriously, right? Definitely got to take it seriously. As for the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, same thing. Don't get caught up in the hero ball. Don't get caught up in the MVP stuff. Seriously, let that shit fall by the wayside if it does. Like, don't feed into that bullshit. It's not about that. Right? All of a sudden now they trying to come and the Ravens are the best team in the league. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson MVP. It's all a distraction. It's all a fucking distraction. Go out there and don't turn the ball over. Right? Go out there and don't turn the ball over. We win the game. You know, go out there, don't turn the ball over and get some turnovers off of them. Even better. I really think I just have a hard time seeing Miami going into Baltimore and coming out with a victory. I don't see it. I just don't see that. You know, it's not even so much about the weather, because if I'm not mistaken, the weather's not going to be that bad. You know, the weather should be pretty decent, but it's not even about that. It just feels like this is Baltimore's time. And that could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing, because it's great for this to be their time. But what we really need to be their time is in a few weeks when the playoffs start, right? That's when we really need them to be. So as long as they can bottle this up, you know, get a victory tonight. Because I'm not here wanting them to lose and shit. Like, fuck that. Like, go ahead and get the victory. But gotta keep it going. Gotta keep it going. So, shout out to the Ravens, right? Shout out to the Ravens. Big game. I feel like we're gonna get it. I see why the league did not make it a primetime game. It's no big deal, you know. But I really just wanted to make the point to say that Lamar Jackson can't get caught up into that MVP bullshit, right? Because you see how quickly they changed. Like, just before the last game, it was Brock Purdy. They was giving it to Brock Purdy just before the game, right? They was ready to hand it over to him, you know, and that was it. So if you think you can go out there and throw 4 picks in this game and, like, they'll drop anybody, like, let the writers and the people that do that, let them figure all that bullshit out, that MVP bullshit. But we need to keep getting these victories, right? And by we, I mean the Ravens. But yeah, man, that's all I got. If you like the video, bang off on that like button one time. Cheers. Peace.